What is going on, everyone? My name is Firebrand and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I have another tier list for you, and for this one I had to do one eventually. Battlefield 1 weapons tier list. Let's get this started right off the bat with the 12 gauge automatic. Honestly, I never really liked this thing that much. I didn't really use it that much, but I never liked it when I did use it, so I'm putting it in a D tier. 1903 hammerless. You could fire this thing really stupidly fast if you had a good trigger finger, but myself, I never really liked it that much, but when I did use it, it saved my life, so I'm putting it there. Annihilator, I don't think I can't put it S tier. It's going A tier. It's a really good gun up close. Now I'm putting that down to B tier because the automatic exists. The auto revolver. I think this is the Webley Mark 6 that was released with the uh uh Apocalypse DLC. And if I remember right, this acts just like a slower version of the normal Webley, so I'm putting this in A tier. I really like both. I like all the revolvers in that game. Bar M1918. Depending on the variant, this could be either S tier or D tier. The telescopic one sucks, but since wait, does it have different variants? It does not. That is tragic. I kind of wish it did. Oh wait, no, it does. It does. Oh, just for like slugs and that kind of crap. Okay. And I don't see another bar on here either. I don't know why they have the Peacekeeper on here when barely anyone has it, but okay. So I see some different variations of the weapons. I guess it's just like certain weapons that it has certain variations of. But all in all, bar is S tier to me. I love the bar. Bodeo 1889. Honestly, I used this thing enough to get the codex entry for it, and then I stopped using it immediately after that. Was not a huge fan of this thing. D tier. British Bulldog. This was another. It had too long of a reload time. The Wex. I don't actually think I ever used the Wex. No, I used it a few times in the beta and I didn't like it that much, but I think it was upgraded in the base game, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. C93. This is another one that I only used enough to get the codex entry for, so I'm putting that in D tier. C93 carbine, never used it. C96, B tier. It actually saved my life a couple times in the pilot class. C96 pistol. I'm actually gonna put that A tier. I run that on my medic class. That's my main pistol on my medics. Carcano, A tier. One of my favorite marksman rifles in the game. The Che Ragoti. Yes, I say Che Ragoti. Uh, on the back to basics, and it was the hardcore mode. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head because it's been so long since I played the mode. But this was a god tier gun at one point. Then I don't know what happened to it. It was not as good. Show is going C tier. It hit hard. It hit like a freaking freight train if you could hit your shots, but it just had too slow a fire rate. Farquhar Hill. I don't know how you say it. The medic DMR that was released with Turning Tides. For some reason, the thing always felt like an M14, just a worse version of it. So I'm putting this B tier. Fedorov Optimat. I'm putting that S tier. I love that thing. One of my favorite guns in the game. Frommer Stop. I think that's the pilot. Yeah, that's the pilot version. I'm only putting in C tier because no one else got it except for the pilots until like 2 years in the game's life cycle. So I can't put it any higher than that. Firmware Stop itself though, A tier. I ran that on my medic all the frickin' time. Gasser M1870, C B tier. I didn't use it. I didn't use it all that much because it was an assault main weapon, and I was pretty much only a sniper in Battlefield 1. But it was really good for when I did use it. General Lee rifle. I never actually used this thing, I'm not gonna lie. Still don't have 10 kills with it, I don't think. Gewehr 98. I used to love it, but then something happened to it and I didn't like it. I'm putting that B tier. Gewehr M95, on the other hand, is going A tier. Not quite S tier. There's some guns on this list that go in S tier, but M95, for why I'm having an S tier, I can't put it there. But I like the M95 a lot. Hellregel 1915. Had I made this tier list when it first came out, that would have been an easy S tier. But I have to put it A tier for the nerf. I think that's a tank of air, and I love this thing. That's going S tier. I loved using that thing. How to pistol. Honestly, I don't think I actually ever used this more than what I needed to for the codex entry. I'm putting this in C because if I'm not mistaken, that's the little shotgun pistol. I didn't like it that much. Howl Automatic. I really actually like this gun. I can't put it S tier. I'm gonna put this B tier. I don't like the sights on it. The sights are what kills it for me. The Hewitt, the fully auto Ross rifle. That really was not all that good, if I'm not mistaken. This thing had like a 20 shot mag or something like that, and it went through stupid quick. Calibri. I know it has a tier that's Calibri right here, but honestly, I'd really like to. No, I have to put in Calibri. There's no reason I can't put in the Calibri. The C93 artillery version. That is going. Because I'm pretty sure this was also one of those weapons that was pilot tanker exclusive until that one update. D tier. I don't like the Luger anyway. That didn't help. Labelle 1886 S tier. One of my favorite snipers in the game. Lewis gun. Where do I put the Lewis gun? I'm almost tempted to put it a tier higher because of the Battlefield 1 cosmetic for it, or Battlefield 5, I mean, cosmetic for it. But I can't. This is going C tier. Those iron sights kill. I know you can put AA sights, but I didn't like the AA sights on it either. LMG 818. This is the one that had the stupid fast fire rate, right? Yeah, this was the one that they introduced for later on. I love that gun to death. Not my favorite gun in the game, but one of my favorite LMGs for close quarters. The trench gun. God, I wish they had the other variants of the trench gun. Wait, do they? They do not. That is tragic. Um, trench gun's going in B tier. 1903 experimental. I don't know if this is talking about before the patch or after the patch, but after the patch, when you could transform this into just a normal 1903, this is going honestly S tier. One of my favorite snipers to use in the game again. 1903, I don't like it. As odd as that sounds, I don't like the sniper version of the M1903, but the Ironside version I'll use any day, every day. The N1907, I think this is the slower fire. This is the one that goes like two 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 two, not the one that is like insanely fast firing from Battlefield 5. That this was a gun I used, but not very often. I'm putting this in C tier. The Benet Merce, Benet Merce. I don't know how to say it. It's a B tier gun though. It had a really quick reload, and I like the sights on it. The 1911. The 1911. I don't know what variant of this. I think it's a special one. I never really used it, so I'm putting it D tier because if it's a 1911 with an extended mag and a stock on it, it's probably not gonna be that good in the first place. I don't like the 1911 in Battlefield 1. 1911 is going just a tier higher. Actually, no, I have to put it in this tier as well. I didn't really like the 1911 in Battlefield 1 that much. The Tashin pistol, on the other hand, that's going A tier. Pretty much exactly the same story as the Frommer Stop, just this thing was a little better in my opinion. The Enfield, my dad loved this thing. He probably still would love it if he played Battlefield 1, but I didn't like it that much. I'm putting this in C tier. The iron sights killed it for me. I hate the iron sights on it. The M1917 is going right up to S tier. It's one of my favorite LMGs in the game. The 1917 trench carbine. What's the difference between this thing and the C96 carbine? Where's that thing at? I know I've ranked. Where's it at? Have I not ranked it yet? No, it's right here. What's the difference between this thing and this thing? Aren't they kind of the same gun? Oh no, that thing had I'm still putting it B tier because I'm assuming it's the same gun, pretty much. And Matson, I never really used this thing. I can't rank it because I only used it enough to so I could get the codex entry for it. Mars Automatic, the deagle of this game, going right up to S tier. Is that for the Martini Henry noob tube they had? I honestly can't say that I ever actually used. I know what class this is for, but I never used it. Martini Henry's going right up to S tier, my favorite sniper in the game. That's actually going to top of the list. Yep, my favorite gun in the game. Machine and pistol, however you say it. The fully auto repetier pistol. I had a variant of this, but I didn't have the main one. Honestly, I didn't like it that much. I'm going with D tier with that thing. I didn't like the repetier pistol either. MG15NA. This was an A tier gun. I love this thing. It's a laser and it had a lot of ammo. That's the MLE in 1903. That's going in the same class as these, like all these things, basically. Wait, no, this thing didn't I've used this thing before. It was the suppressed C93. I picked that up off some dude's kit, and I hated it. I don't know why you put suppressor on an already stupid weak gun, but whatever. Uh, MLE 1903. I didn't like this thing at all. I had a cool skin for it, but that's about it. It's like the only good thing about it I can tell you. The slug, I hate all the slug guns in the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and put all the slug guns in the game on this part right here. Me and the slug guns do not get along. Is there any more slug guns? Yep, Shogun. Especially Shogun. I hated that Shogun. I don't know why. I think that's it. Yes, that is it. Okay. Model 10. It would have been S tier before the patch, but now it's A tier. It's still really good, but it's not as good as it was pre-patch. I think you can fire both barrels with the Model 1900 at the exact same time, so I'm putting this B tier. It's really good close quarters, but it's a double barrel shotgun, so it only has 2 shots. Extended Model 8 auto-loading, one of my favorite medic weapon in the game, next to the Fedorov. Model 8 auto-loading itself was D tier, though. That max screwed it over. I didn't like this thing at all. I'm almost tempted to put a D tier in the game. Or in this thing right here, so I can put this thing in it. I hated that thing with a passion. It got me killed more than it got me kills. Mondragon. I actually really didn't use this thing that often. From what I did, it was a C tier. It's alright. Not my favorite, though. My Mosin. Gotta put my Mosin up there. I love my Mosin. So why we didn't get the Mosin Nagant in Battlefield 5. Wait, there's a noob tube with the Mosin Nagant upper on it. Like, how do we not? Come on now, guys. Experimental MP18. That was the one with the 32 round mag and the 3-round burst. Right? This thing sucked. MP18 though, I like the MP18. It's going B tier. Nagant revolver. You know, honestly, I think I used this probably 5 times, but from what I used, A tier. I like it. Number 3 revolver. Gotta put it A tier as well. One of my favorite revolver, but it's still pretty dang good. Obrez going S tier. Y'all know the video on my channel with me just sniping people left and right with that freaking thing. It's pretty much a Mosin just cut down. It's my Mosin cut down, bro. Love that thing. PO8, I don't like the Lugers. Never liked the Lugers in Battlefield. Parabellum MG, oh, whatever it's called. Was this the one you needed to destroy a plane with an LMG for to unlock it? If it was, then this thing shredded. This thing was an absolute monster on the ground. It just the unlock process. It's what's keeping it from S tier. Peacekeeper. I never use this. I don't know why it's on the list when barely anyone ever has it. I've seen maybe one Peacekeeper in my entire time playing Battlefield 1. Perino 1908. This thing was a freaking monster too. I'm putting that S tier. That's one of my favorite DLC guns. Piper, Piper, I don't know how to say it. The M1893 revolving rifle. This thing was not that good. I did not like it that much. The Repetitor pistol M1912, I think is what that is. And this is going to go C tier. Not my favorite pistol, but since it was support only, I didn't really mind it since I didn't really support that much, but isn't there already a Webley on this list somewhere on here? Yeah, right there. Aren't these the exact same thing? Wait, no, that was from the Apocalypse DLC. That's right. I mean, it's still going A tier. I liked it a lot. The Ribeiro. I didn't like this thing. My dad loves it though. Or he loved it when he used it. I didn't like it that much though. It just had too slow of a fire rate for me. Going B tier. Ross Mark III. Can't say that I actually ever used it that much. Not gonna lie. I'm putting this in C tier. RSC SMG. This thing sucked. I don't know why. It was like a cut down version of the RSC of this thing, but fully auto. I don't know what the purpose of the thing was. RSC 1917 was going A tier. That's a really good DMR. Russian 1895 trench. I used it like twice and I didn't like it that much. I'm putting that C tier. Russian 8. I didn't like the Russian 1895. Sawn-off shotgun. Just because of the reload animation that you can get with it, I'm putting it A tier. It has a chance for it, like if when you reload it to reload like it does Doom, where it's like all like pixelated. You guys can look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Stealth Slaughter 1906. There was no point for this thing to be a level 10. That was one of the worst weapons in the game. The 1916 though, in Battlefield 1 I didn't mind it. In Battlefield 5 I hate it. Put in that B tier. Sjogren Inertial Shotgun. You know, honestly, I really don't think I actually used this thing past when it first dropped, so I'm putting this C tier because it's a shotgun, so it's a Battlefield 1 shotgun. It can't be that bad. SMG 0818 pre-patch, the thing I didn't like this thing at all. Post-patch, this is S tier. One of my favorite SMGs in the game. The Smelly, the SMLE Merc 3. Do I want to put it A tier or do I want to put it S tier? Because I really, really like this thing. I had like 3-4 server serves for this thing. I'm putting it S tier. That's one of my favorite snipers in the game. That's the Toshin pistol. I've already ranked it. That is the Trench Raider. I hated the entire elite. I'm putting that D tier. Type 38 Arasaka. Love that thing. Viterli Vitali. Also love this thing. Villa Perosa. From what I use of it, I didn't like it that much, but up close, it's shredded. I'm putting that B tier actually. Sentry Gun. Just because of I had a Last Stand like Commander Thorn with that thing. If you guys have seen the Commander Thorn's Last Stand from Clone Wars, you don't know what I'm talking about. But just because of that one moment I had on Ami Ends when I literally it was Commander Thorn. It was Commander Thorn's Last Stand, but in Battlefield 1, it was sick. That's the only reason I'm putting that S tier. Um, I think that is about it. Is there anything I have to adjust though? I gotta see if this thing M1917 trench carbine. M1917 trench carbine. Was it fully auto? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this may have been fully auto. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember if this thing was fully auto or not. Semi-automatic. Okay, yeah. No, this thing was not fully auto. Okay, yeah. No, this thing where it is. Then what's the difference between that and the C96? Why? Honestly, you know what? No, I have to put this thing up into a C tier. Close up, this thing was a monster. It could outgun shotguns, I'm pretty sure, but I just didn't like it that much compared to whatever else is up here. Slug shotguns are staying here. I hated the slug shotguns with a passion. I could never use them because my aim. Self-select. I mean, it was. I have to keep it down there. There was no point for that thing to be a level 10 gun. That should have been a base game. That should have been a base unlock. Actually, on the general EU, I have to put that up a tier. I think if you put it to the bolt action mode, which that was the first gun in the game, I think that had bolt action and semi-auto modes. But if you put that thing in bolt action, it was a freaking monster. If you put it in semi, I didn't like it that much. Was the Bodeo 1889 the one we went like you could freaking pull the trigger and someone would go that way and you could like get the rounds out of it? If that was what it is, then I'm putting that A tier or B tier. I actually really like that thing. Now that I think what that is. Bulldog's still staying down here though because of that reload speed. That reload speed sucked. And I think that is going to just about do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and consider giving a subscription to the channel. It always helps out a lot. But until next time, guys, I will see you later. Firebrand out.